Hello, my crafty friends. Amy Astrab with that Astra Stamping. I got my Batters Up paper pumpkin kit in the mail. So excited to open it up, see what's in it, and start creating these cards. Didn't even want to just do an unboxing. I am ready to get going. So I'm going to turn the camera down and we'll see what's in this box and we'll get started. So I won't lie, I took a quick peek, but I didn't open everything up. I did go ahead and steal some of the bubble gum. Couldn't wait for that. We've got these cute sentiments. We've got you're the greatest of all time, you're the best, all-star, and then we've got some different ones like dad, grandpa, son, uncle, mom, brother, friend. So we can make a lot of variety of things with this. And we've got a ball bat and a cute little ball cap. So our color this month is Night of Navy, which I'm excited about. That is one of my favorite colors. Supplies. So let's get on to this one because I am excited about it. I think this is a fun thing. We're going to get that box out of the way and we'll get this thing opened up and see what we've got included. Now, so we've got, looks like some Stampin' Dimensionals and some string, twine. We have got our envelopes, which have the really cute inner lining in them. That's cute. I like that. So we'll move those out of the way for later. Oh, looky here. Cute Starburst card fronts. We've got 1, 2, 3 of those. We've got a wood grain card front, and it looks like 3 of those. And then we've got these cute striped. So 3 of those. I like that one a lot. And then we've got 1, 2, 3 panels of die cuts. So we've got a little pocket emblem, a baseball, a couple of bats. We've got like a baseball card. We've got an all-star already stamped for us. We've got a red background piece and this red and yellow stripe. So this is going to be a fun kit. We've got some smaller little tags to stamp the friend, dad, son, brother, uncle. We've got some glue dots. Here is our instructions. So here is their design. We'll do one of each like they have designed them. And then if there's time, maybe we'll play with some extra ones. Oh, and yes, indeed, they have done full color instructions. And, looky there. It's bigger and better. And yes, indeed, they show a picture on the back here that tells you exactly what you should have and how many of each in each kit. So that is very helpful. And then they show some other ways of doing different fun things with it to create some alternate cards with this set. So with their first one, card number 1 was with this. So I'm going to go ahead and fold that on the score line and crease that with my bone folder. Let's see, this one gets the yellow baseball card looking tag. It says you're in a league of your own. So we will pop that on there. Looks like they've used a little bit of the twine and some Stampin' Dimensionals to pop it up. So we will do that real quick here. So I have been anxiously awaiting. This was a little slow arriving. I know they've had trouble getting some of the elements in for the paper pumpkin kits. And so they have been just a skosh behind schedule between that and every delivery system being really backed up on making deliveries. It has been moving just a little slower than normal, so I do apologize for the lateness of getting this video out. That was another reason why I wanted to just go ahead and, rather than do an unboxing and making the cards at a later date, I thought, we'll just squish it all in together because I was anxious to get started on this anyway. So after I got my Stampin' Dimensionals on the back there, just pop that right in the center. I'm going to get one of those little tags and stamp on it. So lay that to the side. And before I start stamping, I am going to go ahead and take my chamois. And I am just going to kind of wipe these down real good to get any kind of oils or anything that residue that's on these off, so that when the ink goes on, they are good and ready to accept it. I highly recommend anytime you get new stamps, you wipe them off good before you start inking them up to stamp. And per my usual, I am going to leave my ink spot sealed up and go ahead and use my larger pad. The ink spots are really nice for these smaller ones, but I like to leave them sealed up. I either use them as gifts for others or I keep them for when I travel. Okay, what do I want to use? Who am I going to send this one to? You're in a league of your own. Let's do brother. I think my brother would really appreciate this. And I know my husband's brother would also really appreciate this. So we'll get that inked up and get our little tag ready. And I think I got some ink on my blocks. I'm going to wipe that off a bit. And I'm just going to line that up as straight as I can get it. Now I am working on a piece of foam mat underneath, which really helps when you're stamping with these clear or what we call a photopolymer stamp. Having something underneath to cushion that a little bit will give you a much better stamped image when you're done. So you might want to keep that in mind when you're stamping with your paper pumpkin kit. Now I think, let's see, they put theirs, let me get that picture back out here. Yeah, they just put their label right over here on the side, kind of right there. And so I think what I will do, since this is popped up, I am going to get a dimensional. And those are just about the perfect size. So we'll go ahead and put one. You will have to try to be sure and get them on there just the right way, or they're going to be too big. Because they're almost exactly the same size. So when you put your dimensional on, you want to make sure that the sides are parallel to the sides. And that's going to be at the very, I put that Stampin' Dimensional at the front of the word. So we'll put a little glue dot on the other end here so that it adheres to the raised part as well as having it popped up over on the one end, since it overlaps what's already popped up. So we'll take the backing off of both. And actually, before I stick that down, they have done a little bit of the white twine. So let's get our twine out and get a little piece of it. And looks like they did a bow tie. Just tied it in a bow here. So go ahead and snip the edge, and I'm going to trim that one just a little bit also. And I'm going to get another one of these glue dots just to hold that down over here. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that down underneath. And then I've already pulled my backing off. It's going to go right over the top like that. And there we have it. Card number 1, all done. Really cute. Ready for whatever sentiment you wanted to put inside. You could definitely stamp "You're the greatest of all time." I will probably put some kind of a birthday sentiment in there. On to card number 2 now. Card number 2 is going to use the, let's see, card number 2 I believe was, it was the pinstripe. It uses this all-star sentiment tag. We need this red one. We need 2 baseball bats. I really love that they always do something different and unique with every paper pumpkin kit. So you really do get a large variety. And I love that you have these stamp sets to use for other projects again at another time. Okay. All right. So we also need our card base, which is going to be that cute little pinstripe. I love this. Looks like a jersey. I think it's fabulous. All right, so on this one, looks like we put down our red piece first, just a little higher than centered on there. And you've got glue dots, but I'm just going to go ahead and glue this down flat with my liquid glue to save a little time. The glue dots hold really well, but I'm a little lazy. I don't want to have to peel the backing off. I'm real happy using my liquid glue. All right, and then next is going to be the bats, and they crisscross with the bigger end of the bat up, like so. And then after we adhere those, the baseball goes, it gets stamped, and then it goes above, and the all-star goes across. Okay, so let's go ahead. We'll get these glued down first. Now, if I were using the glue dots, I would probably put one at the end of the bat, one towards the center, and one again at the other end of the bat. Since I'm just using liquid glue, though, we will forego all that. Okay. Hopefully I'm not getting this up too high. And they crisscrossed them just below the red, or right at the bottom of the red. Okay. Now, sun they have stamped the word sun kind of down here. I am probably not going to use sun. Let me see what else I've got. What I'd really like is to use grandson. And I may for another one. I'm going to just use the word friend, I think. And just going to stamp that right there. Voila. Very good. Clean that off real quick. Now, one thing you will find as you stamp with these photopolymer, even if you have the ink on there for just a short while, they will discolor just a little bit. So even though they may look dirty or stained, they may be perfectly clean. That is just part of the way the photopolymer stamps are. So don't be alarmed if you're not able to clean all of that off. I am going to pop this up with dimensionals. So probably going to take about 3 dimensionals for this. Kind of place them in a big triangle. Take that backing off. And we're going to place that right about here. Yeah, pretty much just centered over your red strip. With the word friend down here, kind of parallel. You've got plenty of lines to try to line everything up. If you'll notice, I just kind of used this pinstripe to get this on straight. It was lined up, so I knew it was straight. And I'm just trying to get friend parallel with the bottom of that red strip there. So I think I came fairly close to that. Now we are going to put All Star right across the top of the baseball. So I am going to probably just do a little bit of glue in the center, but I think I'm going to stick I think there's room for a dimensional on either end of this. So I'm going to go ahead, because I feel like when you mail it, you're going to want something to support those ends so they don't get smushed in the mail. So I'm going to go to the very edges and put a Stampin' Dimensional on there. And with those, they should hold it in place just fine, but you could definitely add a little glue, liquid glue, or glue dot there in the center if you wanted to. But I think, yeah, that's going to be just fine. Oh, it's all good. Okay, now they used some of these little dots. These little enamel dots. Looks like they put a couple of yellow and 2 yellow and 3 red, just randomly. They placed theirs like up here and down here. So we'll put 1, 2, 3. And we'll put a couple up here at the top. We'll go 1, and 2. And there we have it. Our second card, all completed. Very adorable. All-Star Friend. This card looks like we are going to glue this down in the center of the card front. It's got about 12 inches of the twine So let's measure 12 inches of twine here. Snip that off. Okay, looks like maybe just a little glue dot right in the center, and then they just kind of spread it out like a giant bow. Let's go ahead. I'm going to glue this down first. We'll get that done first. Sorry, my glue is getting quite low. So we're just going to line that up the best we can. I think we're fairly straight there. Give that a minute to dry. And I will go ahead and get one of these glue dots right in the center. And I think I'm going to use two because I'm afraid one is not going to be enough. So get the top of it off and it flips right over onto the second glue dot. That's the kind of luck I'm having today. All right. And so they just kind of went like this and stuck it down like so. I'm going to do just that. As long as your loops are not sticking off the edges of the card, you're pretty good. I'm going to trim that down just a hair so it's not hanging over the edge. Okay, and then over the top of that is going to be our pocket, but we're going to be stamping on the pocket, locked up. So we're going to stamp you're the best first. So we'll ink this up real well. No, I won't lie, I'm kind of glad I have the bigger pad for this one. So right towards the top of the pocket, you want to leave room underneath to stamp whatever you decide, whether it's friend, brother, uncle, dad, son, mom. Okay, you're the best. And I think we're going to go with son on this one. Would you like to do that? Because I'm really wishing I had, and since it's not sticking very well anyway, by golly, we're going to do just that. They show 3. I'm going to go ahead. There are plenty of dimensionals here. I'm going to go ahead and make it 5. Actually, I'm going to make it 6. We'll stick it down really good. All right. So we'll stick that down like so. We've got, yeah, I like that much better with the dimensionals on there. And then we're going to add some little dots. So I'm going to put one here. I'm going to put one out here. I'm going to put a red one out here. And I'm going to put a red one down here. And a yellow one down there. Now, I usually like to add these in odd numbers. So I've got 3, 4, 5. And I think that looks pretty doggone cute. You're the best. My son has a birthday this Friday, so he may get a second birthday card in the mail. I already sent one. He may get another, just because it's so cute. All right, so that is one of each of the cards out of this month's kit. I am going to work on some alternates, and hopefully I'll be able to post those here in a few days. I may just post pictures, so be sure and check out my Facebook page for Pumpkin Group. So I am thrilled that you joined me today, and I hope you enjoyed this. Be sure and send me copies or pictures of what you created. I'd love to see it. And I hope you have a whole lot of fun with this kit. Until next time, happy stamping.